Evening, Jonesboro. How are we? Wow, it's hot, Mike. Okay. How are y'all? Good. Hot take. Guys who think their beards look good are just too lazy to shave.
That's true.
Possibly.
I think so too. And I can say that because I can't grow one. Thank you. You guys are so...
Sorry.
I leave for a month, I come back, they haunt me again. Alex and Mallory, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
I watched my clip from that night just the other day. That's the only reason I remember. You're welcome. But no, I can't grow a beard. My beard looks awful, y'all. Absolutely terrible. Let's just put it this way. A beard is not supposed to have a bald spot. And it really shouldn't have multiple bald spots. I swear I'm pashier than Dolly Parton's coat of many colors. It's bad. My beard looks disgusting. It looks like the only thing that's missing is like a Jolly Rancher just stuck right here, right on my chin. Watermelon. Save it for later. My mustache isn't any better either. My mustache has a gap in it. My mustache is parted like the Red freaking Sea. As if a little miniature Moses walked out of my nose and came up and just went. I meant for that to go so much smoother than it did, I'm sorry. I just wrote that like a few days ago. I tried to grow my mustache out a few months ago just to see if it still did that. And it does, except it shifted. The bottom half of it has migrated. It went west for the fall. So now I've got a big slant on my face. If I was born about 40 to 50 years earlier, I'd grow it out and call myself Slash. But I think that name is taken. And that's why I have to shave. There needs to be a better ending for that, I think. I'd like to take a look at the news for you. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Santa's moving. British scientists found that the Earth's magnetic North Pole is moving closer to Russia. Yeah. And what's sad about this is that Putin is going to have all the elves making weapons to use against Ukraine. And I want to know how Putin got this high up on the nice list. I never threatened to hurt anybody. No, I don't get nuclear weapons. The North Pole's not coming to me. It sucks. In fact, I learned some new news about that today. Santa's getting fired because with the North Pole moving to Russia, Putin's going to take over. And he reported that he was the only one on his nice list. So instead, he's going to come around and take everybody else's gifts this year. Yeah, better watch out, break down and cry, scream and shout. I'll tell you why. Vladdy Claus is coming to town. I'm so glad that worked. I wrote that today. One last thing, and I'm going to get out of here. For a long time now, I've wanted to write jokes on the topic of death, and more specifically about suicide. Calm down. I can sense a lot of tension right here. It's going to be okay. I wanted to write about death and suicide for years now, and I could never figure out the best way to approach it. So I broke down and I asked ChatGPT, tell me a suicide joke, and it can't. Apparently it's a sensitive topic. I said, well fine, tell me a dark joke. And it says, I have a friend who's addicted to brake fluid. He says it can stop anytime he wants. That's what I thought. Anyway, though, I said, so you need to tell me that suicide is completely out, but addiction is fine. And it said, you have to be careful when approaching a subject like that. It can be sensitive for some people, but yeah, pretty much. I said, so what if I have a joke where a person dies as a result of their addiction, so therefore, in an indirect, twisted sort of way, they kind of committed suicide. Is that allowed to be funny? And it left me on red. Yeah. So I screenshot this, and I sent it to a couple of my friends, Carson and Wendy, and expressing my great unhappiness over ChatGPT not being able to tell me a suicide joke or help me write one. And then the very next day, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw a meme that said there's a student on a rooftop across from the school, and the physics teacher ran outside and said, "Don't jump! You have so much potential!" Well, I sent this to Carson and Wendy, And I said, I'm about to use it. And then I got a message from Just Carson. And he said, hey, are you okay? Wendy's concerned. Carson's not concerned, just Wendy's concerned. I said, yeah, why? And he sent me a screenshot, and apparently I kind of bothered her, but sending jokes about suicide 2 days in a row. And she seemed really upset by this. Mind you, at no point did she think to text me and ask me if I'm okay. She said, oh no, one of my friends might want to kill himself. Let me text my other friend who also never sees him. See what he thinks. And he said, please, just tell her you're not suicidal. I said, okay, fine, whatever makes you guys feel better. So I opened the message conversation with Wendy, and the last time I texted her was on her birthday. So now this message conversation literally says, happy birthday, and then a month later, hey, I'm not suicidal. And she left me on red. I'm glad that works, because if it doesn't, my career's over before it ever begins. So, with that being said, my name is Bryce Moore. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. Go to my YouTube channel on Tuesday, Christmas Eve, and watch B.A.M Comedy Live, which was filmed here on December 6th. It will be out Christmas Eve at some point that day. I don't know for sure when. I've got it edited. I haven't started it. I recorded it from 2 camera angles. I've never edited that before. I don't know how to do it. What? Hurry up?
Yeah, I want to see the whole show.
You want to see the whole show? Shut up! You were in it! She saw the whole show. Well, she didn't see part of the show. She was in part of the show. It's hard to see what you're in on the show. I'll take my sweet time, thank you.
You have a deadline to meet.
I wouldn't expect anything less from a hotspot.
So I have a hotspot for internet, right?
It's $45 a month! And he pays $50 for a hotspot.
55, shut up!
And then your words.
You brought your own hecklers, Bryce.
I know! It happens every time! My friends, sometimes my own family, my brother shows up and heckles my show. Thank God he's back in Pine Bluff where he belongs. I was going to leave on that. Now I can't because I've started something else. Has anybody ever been to Pine Bluff or know where it is?
I have.
Oh, you poor things. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's where I'm from originally, is Pine Bluff. And I'll tell you what kind of time is for those of you who don't know anything about it. Every year at the Moore House, on Christmas Eve, we go around looking at Christmas lights. And we just drive around town, different neighborhoods, looking at lights that were put up. Well, one year we came up on a used car dealership, and there was one car, and all the wheels had been taken off of it. And my first thought was, somebody got some new tires for Christmas. That's nice. Well, the day after Christmas, we were on our way to Walmart. We passed the same dealership, and the owner is outside talking to the cops. Somebody did get some new tires for Christmas.
Oh.
And now they're getting a vacation for New Year. Yeah. And one of the biggest things that we always hit every year is Regional Park. They have a whole Christmas lights display. It's a big drive-through display. Only problem is, every year, something is out. Not like a whole thing, but some of the lights on each one of the little exhibits is out. Like, you might have a nutcracker that's got, his arm shifts, he's like directing traffic, here, and then that's where you go, and here, and that's where you go. It might be like here and then disappear, and here and then disappear. A poor amputee might be driving around going, if I find his arm. I thought I probably shouldn't tell that part.
It's all right. You're working on it. It's
I am working on it.
It's all right. It's all right.
I can get so much darker than my gun. Anyway, we drove through this year a little bit early. We went, I think we went Thanksgiving Day, just to see if maybe we could catch it before any of the bulbs need to be replaced, right? And entire exhibits were out. Like a whole thing with just nothing, no lights whatsoever. And they were open, they were advertising it. Come see the lights at Regional, bring your own flashlight. You had kids in the backseat of cars going, look, Mommy, I think it's a reindeer. You get the whole way through the drive-thru, and at the very end of the trail, they ask for donations. You gave them an extension cord. They're 6 feet closer to a Merry Christmas. I'm glad you appreciated that. I was so proud of that line when I wrote it.
I like the extension cord joke.
Thank you, I appreciate it. For real this time, I'm leaving. What was your name?
Bailey.
Not you, I don't care about you. I brought you here. What was your name?
Moi, Nancy.
Nancy, y'all give it up for your incredible host, Nancy.